from Dad's face. What every equation in that thesis is tied to a project number. A handler. A security protocol that I pointed at Dylan, don't have access to. When the university runs it through their plagiarism software, it's a doctoral thesis. It's going to ping every federal database from here to Washington. As if on cue, my phone rang. Professor Kenwick from MIT. Mia, his voice was urgent. I just got an alert from DARPA. Someone submitted your classified research under a different name. Please tell me this is some kind of system error. Put it on speaker, I said coldly. Because if this is real, we have a massive security breach. The FBI is already en route to your university. Whoever did this is looking at federal charges for espionage, identity theft, and violation of the Economic Espionage Act. We're talking 25 to life. Dylan's smirk vanished. Mom gasped. Dad sank into his chair. Professor, I'm with the perpetrators now, I said calmly. My father, Professor Gerald Morrison, and my brother, Dylan Morrison. They stole my thesis and submitted it under Dylan's name this morning at 6:23 a.m. Jesus Christ. Mia, your own family. Document everything. Don't let them destroy any evidence. The feds will be there within the hour. I hung up and looked at my family, the people who were supposed to protect me, support me, celebrate my achievements. Instead, they'd committed federal crimes for the golden child who couldn't earn his own success. Mia, sweetheart. Mom started reaching for me. We can fix this. Just tell them it was a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding? I laughed, but it was hollow. You think the Department of Defense will accept? Oops. We accidentally stole classified research as an excuse. You set us up, Dylan accused, panic replacing arrogance. You knew this would happen. No, Dylan. I protected my work because I knew you were lazy, not because I thought you were stupid enough to steal classified government research. This is a new low even for you. Dad's computer pinged. An email from the university's automated plagiarism detection system. He opened it with trembling fingers. Critical security alert. Submitted thesis matches classified research project. QE 7749. Author mismatch detected. Federal authorities notified. Campus security en route. Do not delete any files. Evidence preservation required. 25 to life. Dad whispered. I'm tenured. I have a reputation. Had I corrected? You had a reputation. Now you have a federal case number. The sound of sirens grew closer. Through the window, I could see black SUVs pulling into the faculty parking lot. Please, Mom begged. We're family. Don't do this to us. I didn't do anything. I said, you did this. You took my work. Work that could save lives, protect national security, and gave it to someone unqualified because you loved him more. That's not she started. It is. I cut her off. It's exactly that. Every science fair project you gave to Dylan. Every internship you secured for him using my portfolio. Every time you introduced him as your brilliant son while I was just also studying something technical. It all led here. The office door burst open. Federal agents in tactical gear swept in. Weapons drawn. Nobody move. Hands where we can see them. The next hours blurred together. Arrests. Miranda rights, evidence collection. The entire computer science department was locked down as investigators seized servers, documents, and access logs. I spent 12 hours in interrogation, not as a suspect, but as a witness. Agent Sarah Coleman, the lead investigator, shook her head as I laid out years of academic theft. Your brother doesn't even have the math background to understand your abstracts, she said, reviewing his transcripts. What were they thinking? They weren't, I said. They just assumed I'd stay quiet like always. The DoD is impressed with your work, by the way. Agent Coleman added. Dr. Kenwick has been singing your praises. Once this mess is cleared up, they want to fast-track you for a position at DARPA. A bitter irony. The thesis that was supposed to launch my career had done exactly that, just not how anyone expected. The trial was a sensation. Professor submits daughter's classified research as son's thesis made headlines worldwide. The university scrambled to distance itself. The computer science department underwent a complete leadership change. Dylan got 15 years. The classified nature of the work elevated what might have been simple plagiarism to espionage charges. He'd never even understood what he was stealing, just knew it was valuable. Dad got 20. As department head with security clearance, his betrayal was worse. He'd violated every oath, every ethical guideline, every principle he'd claimed to uphold. Mom got 5 years probation as an accessory. She'd known but hadn't actively participated. The judge called her a mother who loved unwisely but not maliciously. I testified at each sentencing, not with joy or revenge, but with the same methodical precision I'd applied to my research. Facts, evidence, truth. You gave them everything, my lawyer said after Dad's sentencing. Most people would have tried to minimize the damage, protect their family despite everything. They weren't protecting me, I replied. Why should I protect them? The real tragedy was Dylan in prison. He finally had to confront who he was without stolen achievements. His letters started angry, blaming me for his situation. But gradually, they changed. I'm taking math classes here. One letter read. Starting with algebra. I never understood why you loved it before. I think I was jealous. I'm sorry, Mia, for everything. I didn't reply. Some bridges once burned can't be rebuilt. 3 years later, I stood in my new office at DARPA, looking at the PhD diploma on my wall. They'd expedited my degree once the criminal case was resolved, accepting my original submission with commendations. A knock at the door interrupted my thoughts. Dr. Morrison, the Secretary of Defense, is here for your briefing on the new encryption protocols. Send them in, I said, straightening my jacket. As I prepared to brief some of the most powerful people in national security, I thought about that morning in Dad's office. How different life might have been if I'd stayed quiet, written another thesis, let Dylan take credit. But silence in the face of injustice isn't love, it's enabling. And sometimes the greatest act of love is refusing to let someone destroy themselves with their own greed. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number that I recognized. Mom's friend's phone. Saw you on the news. So proud of you, sweetheart. Mom, I deleted it and turned back to my work. Some forgiveness takes time. Some never comes at all. But success is the best response to those who tried to steal it. And my success was encrypted with something no plagiarism software needed to detect. The unbreakable code of my own achievement earned honestly one equation at a time. The Secretary of Defense walked in, and I stood to greet them, Dr. Mia Morrison, whose work now protected nations instead of propping up a brother who'd never earned it. Turns out Dad was wrong. Dylan didn't need the degree more. He needed to earn his own. And thanks to federal prison educational programs, maybe he finally